وصلى الله تعالى على محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. الحمد لله الذي خلق الأفلاك والأرضين، والصلاة والسلام على من كان نبيا وآدم بين الماء والطين. أما بعد، فقد قال الله تبارك وتعالى في القرآن المجيد والفرقان الحميد بعد: أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم، بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اقرأ باسم ربك الذي خلق. صدق الله العظيم، وصدق رسوله النبي الأمين المتين الكريم، ونحن على ذلك من الشاهدين والشاكرين، والحمد لله رب العالمين. All praise due to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who is the creator, the nourisher, the sustainer, the provider of the entire universe. And thousands of peace, blessings, salutations, salawat and salam be upon the most noble and beloved Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, regarding whom my Aqa, Sayyidi wa Murshidi ala Hazrat Imam Ahmad Raza Khan very beautifully says: wo jo na the to kuch na tha, wo jo na ho to kuch na ho, जान है वो जहाँ की, जान है तो जहाँ है. Alhamdulillah, we thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for blessing us with this beautiful day of Jummah, the day of Eid, the day which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala speaks about in His glorious Quran. And we make dua, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us all the ability of witnessing this blessed day of Jummah in the city of His beloved Habib sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, with our relatives, our parents and our Murshid Kareem, inshallah. Last week I was discussing a beautiful hadith of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, when Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam received the first Wahi from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala via an angel. And we discussed few points on this, inshallah. Today we'll carry on the discussion. Before I carry on the discussion, let me read out the hadith to you in the Arabic text. This hadith is present in Bukhari Sharif, this hadith is present in Muslim Sharif, many other books of ahadith also. The text I have in front of me is of Bukhari Sharif. Very lengthy hadith. Just the important part which I want to focus on, that I will recite to you, inshallah. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. The hadith carries on in Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. It's mentioned that فَجَاءَهُ الْمَلَكُ, that an angel came to Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam in the cave of Hira. فَقَالَ اِقْرَأ, and the angel said, read. قَالَ مَا أَنَا بِقَارِئٍ, Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, Ma ana biqari'in. Qala fa'akhadhani faghattani hatta balagha minni al-juhd. Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says, this angel, after I replied that Ma ana biqari'in, the angel hugged me. And he hugged me so tightly that Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, it started becoming a bit difficult for me. ثم أرسلني, and then that angel let me go. فقال اقرأ, then the second time he said, read. قلت, Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says, I said, ما أنا بقارئ. Again I gave the same reply. فأخذني فغطني الثانية حتى بلغ مني الجهد. He says, the second time the angel hugged me again, and hugged me so tight that it became a bit difficult for me, and then he left me. ثم أرسلني فقال اقرأ. Then the third time the angel said again, read. فقلت, I said, ما أنا بقارئ. Third time I gave the same reply. Then the angel again, فأخذني فغطني الثالثة ثم أرسلني. The third time the angel hugged me so tightly that it became difficult for me, and then he left me. Then the fourth time the angel said, فقال اقرأ باسم ربك الذي خلق خلق الإنسان من علق اقرأ وربك الأكرم. This, then the hadith carries on when Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam then went to Sayyidah Khadijah al-Kubra radiyallahu ta'ala anha, and there she consoled him. Very lengthy hadith. So here Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam used the words Ma ana biqari'in. And last week I told you that ma ana biqari'in, translating it as I don't know how to read, is not correct. Literally, logically, even according to Quran and Hadith of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Literally, why it's not correct? Because we said ma means not, ana means I, and qari means reciter. So literally, it will mean I am not a reciter. It doesn't give the meaning that I don't know how to read. Logically also it doesn't make sense. Two explanations I'm going to give you, inshallah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in Surah Ma'idah, 6th para, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala discusses the incident of the two children of Hazrat Adam alayhi salam. And this we learned previously also in detail. What is the name of the two sons of Adam alayhi salam? Habil, Qabil. And which son killed which? Qabil killed Habil. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions this incident in Surah Ma'idah. وَاتْلُ عَلَيْهِمْ نَبَأَ ابْنَيْ آدَمَ بِالْحَقِّ إِذْ قَرَّبَا قُرْبَانًا فَتُقُبِّلَ مِنْ أَحَدِهِمَا وَلَمْ يُتَقَبَّلْ مِنَ الْآخَرِ قَالَ لَأَقْتُلَنَّكَ قَالَ إِنَّمَا يَتَقَبَّلُ اللَّهُ مِنَ الْمُتَّقِينَ لَئِنْ بَسَطْتَ إِلَيَّ يَدَكَ لِتَقْتُلَنِي مَا أَنَا بِبَاسِطٍ. Allah Ta'ala mentions, O my beloved, narrate to them the story of the two sons of Adam alayhi salam when they offered a sacrifice and one sacrifice was accepted, the other sacrifice was not accepted. Then one brother said to the other that I am going to kill you. قَالَ لَأَقْتُلَنَّكَ. قال, the other brother said, إِنَّمَا يَتَقَبَّلُ اللَّهُ مِنَ الْمُتَّقِينَ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala only accepts the sacrifice from those who fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The next ayat, لَإِن بَسَطَّ إِلَيَّ يَدَكَ لِتَقْتُلَنِي. Habil said to Qabil, if you raise your hand to hit me, to kill me, مَا أَنَا بِبَاسِطٍ. I am not going to raise my hand to hit you. If you raise your hand to kill me, I am not going to raise my hand to kill you. Basata, in Arabic, basata means to spread. Okay. لَإِن بَسَطَّ إِلَيَّ يَدَكَ. If you stretch your hand to me, yadak, yad is hand. لِتَقْتُلَنِي, to kill me, مَا أَنَا بِبَاسِطٍ. I am not going to stretch my hand. Ma, not. Ana, I. Basit. Basit means the one who stretches something, the one who reaches his hand out. Ma ana bibasitin. I am not going to stretch my hand to hit you. Understanding what I'm saying? No? Ma ana bibasitin. I am not going to stretch my hand to hit you. Somebody translate this ayat and he says, the other brother said, Ma ana bibasitin. I don't know how to hit you. Will this translation be correct? Will the translation be correct? Because logically it doesn't come in understanding that a person has two hands, a person has a body, both of them are speaking to each other. One brother is saying, I'm going to kill you. The other brother cannot reply and say, I don't know how to raise my hand. Naturally, every human being has the ability to raise his hand against another person. Am I right? Naturally. And naturally it happens when somebody attacks you. What do? You try to defend yourself. You fight, you raise your hand. Whether a person can fight or a person cannot fight, in any situation, every person knows how to raise his hand. Am I right? Every person knows how to raise his hand. If somebody translates, Ma ana bibasitin, I don't know how to raise my hand, will this translation be correct? It won't be correct. So, ma ana bibasitin, what will be translation? Translation will be, I will not raise my hand to hit you, I will not raise my hand to attack you. Now look at the word which Habil used. Ma ana bibasitin. And the words my Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam used in the cave of Hira. Ma ana biqari'in. Ma ana bibasitin. Ma ana biqari'in. Can you see any resemblance between these two sentences? Can you see any resemblance? Ma ana biqari'in, ma ana bibasitin. There's clear resemblance. There ma is coming first, here ma is coming first. There it's ma ana, here it's also ma ana. There it's bibasitin, here it's biqari'in. The only difference is there the word basit is used to stretch your hand. Here the word qari is used to recite. But the sequence, the layout of the entire sentence is the same. Am I right? Ma ana bibasitin, ma ana biqari'in. Same sequence, same words also, just the last word is changed. One place translation is done, I will not raise my hand. Another place translation is done, I don't know how to read. Is both the translations corresponding? One place is, I will not raise my hand. The other place translation was supposed to be, I will not recite. Am I right? One place translation is, I will not raise my hand. Other place was supposed to be, I will not recite. If there the translation is, I will not raise my hand, here it was supposed to be, I will not recite. If your translation is, I don't know how to recite, then their translation was also supposed to be, I don't know how to raise my hand. But I don't know is not correct. When you are translating the words of the son of Adam alayhi salam, then you translate correctly, I will not raise my hand. When you translate the words of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam, then you want to bring the wrong translation, I don't know how to recite. What justice is this to Arabic translation? Everyone understand what I said now? No? A bit technical, a bit of Arabic I discussed, but very clearly I put it in front of you. Two different sentences, same form, same format, same layout. Translation is both. Both translations are wrong. Is this right or is this wrong? Is it right or is it wrong? It's wrong. If both the sentences are present, then one sentence is giving a different meaning, the other sentence is giving a different meaning. It's wrong. Munasab, are you telling me that some people who translated, I don't know how to read, they didn't learn Arabic grammar, they didn't learn the rules of Arabic, they didn't learn how to translate Arabic? I will say no. They learned how to translate Arabic. That's why in the Quran translation was done right. I will not raise my hand. Then why was translation done wrong in the hadith of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam? The answer is, this is clear hatred against the Zat of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Some people translate Quran and Hadith only trying to take out ma'adallah, any fault or any aib in Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Whereas we all know, Aqidah of Ahlul Sunnah wal Jamaat, and it's the basic Aqidah that Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam and all the prophets of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala are free from every fault of defect, every fault, every form of defect, every fault, every aib cannot be found in any Nabi of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Here we are talking about the leader of the Anbiya alayhi wassalam. So translation is done just out of the hatred of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Which I carry on another ayat. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions الَّذِينَ يَتَّبِعُونَ الرَّسُولَ النَّبِيَّ الْأُمِّيَّ الَّذِي يَجِدُونَهُ مَكْتُوبًا عِنْدَهُم فِي التَّوْرَاةِ وَالْإِنْجِيلِ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions the naat of his beloved Habib sallallahu alayhi wasallam in this ayat. The praise of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Allah ta'ala says, those people who follow the Rasul, the messenger. Then Allah Ta'ala says, Ar-Rasul al-Nabi. Rasul is messenger. Nabi will mean prophet. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if you mention the Rasul, why did you say Nabi after it? We all know Rasul is referring to Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam. What was the need to mention Nabi as well? Rasul means messenger. Nabi literally means the one who gives news. Naba'un means news. Nabi means the one who gives news. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you are saying Rasul, Then you said Nabi, the one who gives news. What is so unique about this? Nabi is Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam. But a person who gives news on TV, he can also be called a Nabi because he is also giving news. Am I right? I come and tell you something, I informed you about something, I gave you the news of something. I will also be in one term be called a Nabi because I gave news. So Nabi literally means the one who gives news. But here we are speaking about Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam, then translation has to be different. Otherwise a news reporter is also Nabi, person standing on mimbar is also Nabi, the newspaper is also Nabi, and Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam is also Nabi. Then what's the difference? So Ala Hazrat translated and he said, no, when using Nabi for Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam, translation must be different. Nabi means the one who gives news. But when you say Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam, then it doesn't mean the one who gives normal news. Here it means the one who gives the news of the unseen from the court of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So Nabi for Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam will mean the one who gives the unseen news. So Allah Ta'ala says, الَّذِينَ يَتَّبِعُونَ الرَّسُولَ النَّبِيِّ, those who follow the Rasul, the messenger. Nabi, the one who gives the unseen news. Then Allah Ta'ala mentions Al-Ummi. Ummi. Many people translate the Ummi as ma'adallah, unlettered. People translate the Ummi as illiterate. Okay, I will translate Ummi now for you in detail. Let's carry on the ayat. Allah Ta'ala says, those who follow the Rasul, the Nabi, Al-Ummi, الذي يجدونه مكتوبا عندهم في التوراة والإنجيل. That Rasul, that you will find his zikr, you will find his mentioning in the Torah and in the Injil of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. يأمرهم بالمعروف وينهاهم عن المنكر. His qualities is he informs people, he orders people to do good. وينهاهم عن المنكر. And he stops them from doing evil. He stops them from doing bad things. وَيُحِلُّ لَهُمُ الطَّيِّبَاتِ وَيُحَرِّمُ عَلَيْهِمُ الْخَبَائِثِ. Allah is mentioning the qualities of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam. He is mentioned in Torah. He is mentioned in Injil. He orders people to do good. He stops people from evil. Then Allah Ta'ala says, and this Rasul, what is his quality is, يُحِلُّ لَهُمُ الطَّيِّبَاتِ. All the good things in this world, this Rasul makes it halal for everyone. Who makes it halal? Rasul makes it halal. وَيُحَرِّمُ عَلَيْهِمُ الْخَبَائِثِ. And all the evil and filthy things, this Rasul makes it haram upon everyone. Ya Allah, you are the creator, you are the Khaliq, you created everyone, you send rules, you make the Shariat, you send the Holy Quran. Here you are saying Rasul makes halal, Rasul makes haram. The answer comes from the court of Allah. Listen, I am the creator of the world, I am the creator of the universe, but I made my beloved the owner of the entire world. Whoever he wants, whatever he wants, he can make anything halal for anyone. He can make anything haram for anyone. He is Mukhtar-e Kul. I have given him this authority from the court of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ya Rasulullah. Zinda. وَيُحِلُّ لَهُمُ الطَّيِّبَاتِ وَيُحَرِّمُ عَلَيْهِمُ الْخَبَائِثِ. He makes things halal, he makes things haram. Carrying on, Allah Ta'ala says, وَيَضَعُ عَنْهُمْ إِسْرَهُمْ وَالْأَغْلَالَ الَّتِي كَانَتْ عَلَيْهِمْ. Allah. Qualities of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Allah Ta'ala says, if there is any difficulty, if there is any problem, if there is any trouble upon anyone, then this Rasul is the one who removes that difficulty. This Rasul is the one who removes that problem. This Rasul is the one who removes that trouble from that person. Ya Allah, the entire ayat, you are mentioning the good qualities of your beloved Habib sallallahu alayhi wasallam, that he is Rasul, he is Nabi, he orders people to do good, he stops them from evil, he makes things halal, he makes things haram, he removes difficulties. And in between a word came Ummi. Now logically let me speak. The entire ayat, Allah Ta'ala is praising Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam. If ummi meant illiterate, if ummi meant unlettered, if ummi meant a person who doesn't know how to read and write, illiterate, unlettered, is it a quality or is it a defect? Is it praising somebody or is it disgracing somebody? If I say this person is illiterate, are you going to say, wah, Manasa praise this person? No. Manasa disgrace this person in front of everyone. Illiterate is not an appropriate word. Illiterate is a word which disgraces the next person. Ya Allah, the entire ayat you are praising your beloved. In between the word ummi came. If ummi meant illiterate, would it fit in this ayat? Allah Ta'ala is praising His beloved. In between He said, you are also illiterate, ma'adallah. In between He said, you are also unlettered. Does it make sense? You're praising somebody so much, so many praises you are mentioning, and then you say he is illiterate, and then you say he is unlettered. Does it make sense? Logically, does it make sense? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the entire ayah you praised your beloved Habib sallallahu alayhi wasallam. In between the word ummi came. Some people are translating ummi as unlettered, illiterate, doesn't know how to read and write. What is the reason of mentioning this word ummi here? The answer comes from the court of Allah. Oh naive person, listen. The entire ayat is filled with the praise of my Nabi. How can you say ummi is disgracing my Nabi? Ya Allah, then tell us what is the translation of ummi? The answer comes from the court of Allah. Listen, every person on this earth, when he is born until he dies, he seeks knowledge from someone. He goes to an ustad, he goes to a teacher, he opens a book and he reads, he learns from someone. Everyone becomes the student of another person, whether he's your teacher, whether he's your father, whether it's your mother, whether it's your murshid, anyone, you become a student. But listen, my Nabi is ummi. He didn't read from anyone. He didn't learn from anyone. But my Nabi still knows everything. My Nabi still has the knowledge of everything. Ya Allah, then what is the translation of ummi? The answer will come. Ummi means my Nabi is an untutored genius. He didn't learn from anyone how to read. He didn't learn from anyone how to write. His only teacher was Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. His only teacher was the creator of all the worlds. So ummi doesn't ever mean unlettered, illiterate for Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Ummi means an untutored genius. A person who didn't learn how to read from anyone. A person who didn't learn how to read from anyone. A person who didn't learn how to write from anyone. But still he knew how to write. Still he knew how to read. Still he knew how to speak. Where did this knowledge come? This knowledge came from the court of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So logically, ma ana biqari'in can never mean I don't know how to read. In the ayat of the Holy Quran, there is evidence of this. In the hadith of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam, there is evidence of this. Where my Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam wrote himself with his own blessed hands. My Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam recited himself with his own blessed tongue. And that's the third part where I said that ma'ana biqari'in cannot mean I don't know how to read. In the light of the evidence of the Holy Quran and the Hadith, inshallah next week I'll discuss this. That in the light of the Quran and Hadith, my Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam knew how to read and he knew how to write as well. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant everyone the tawfiq to act upon whatever we have learnt. Ameen wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.